WV Uncommon Place. This podcast is a variety podcast that houses numerous series to cover mental health, empowerment, podcast framework, and various intimate theories to get to know the hosts. Along with occasional movies reviews and dives in pop culture with our event podcast episodes. The Uncommon Place digs into bringing guests on that stories don't fit the mold and are very different. WV stands for the great state of West Virginia, and every quarter we cover something in West Virginia. Stacey and myself, JR, are your hosts, so please come along for this venture to our Uncommon Place.
Welcome to West Virginia Uncommon Place. My name is JR. I'm one of the hosts of the show. Stacey is working actually right now, and I had a little bit of time to just sit back and I'm doing this. This is a podcaster for podcasting episode, and I get asked this a lot. How did I start monetizing? And I've always told people the first thing I started with was affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is a popular way to monetize your content by earning commission or promoting other people's products or service. And when you do that, it's the first step, and you know, people are going to tell you get the email list going. Definitely get the email list going, but this first thing shows you if the listeners go beyond just listening to your show, if they go look at the show notes, if they're willing to listen to your voice or carry on with things that you think are important. So, you know, obviously affiliate marketing is valuable because when you're starting out or you have a small audience, it's a source of income. And for me, it let me know that my show would do decent enough to try to monetize it further. Now, there's other revenues that can come from different avenues that I'll talk about later on. But the key thing inside of affiliate marketing that I did not do first, because, you know, let's talk about the mistakes first. I went along with a company that had nothing to do with anything that I was offering. So no one paid attention to it. I put it in my show notes. I promoted it here and there. And I got to realizing that, hey, this is not something that my listeners want anything to do with. And hell, I don't want anything to do with it. So that was my first mistake there. Then the next mistake that I made was I was promoting it the same way that I promoted my podcast. Now that right there in a nutshell in its own is the worst thing you can do with affiliate marketing. With that type of marketing, you've got to figure out if it's going to be the show notes. Is it going to be something that you're going to give a portion in your show, or you're going to find some way with your social media, be it showing the product or doing something with the product, if you're going to go that extra avenue to do that. Now, the affiliate marketing, you know, it has a low barrier for its entry, like to start it off. So it's easy to get it started, and you don't have to create or develop any products or services. That's why affiliate marketing is fun. And you have an awesome flexibility on how you want to promote and how you do that. Now, when it comes to actually promoting things, I'll use an example. At one point, we entered into an agreement with Anchor Nebula. They make the projectors that we use, and we carry out through all our activities that we do with movies. So that was a natural fit, and it worked out, and it's been working out great. It's something that we've gone further with. Now, tracking the performance and the strategy for it was like this. This is the thing that hurts podcasters when they're doing this, because when they're starting out or whenever you're doing anything, you've already got to manage all the tactical skills that you have to do for podcasting. Then you got this affiliate thing that jumps in here. So my simple pause was that I took certain episodes when they pertain to if I had a movie director on or if we did a movie review, and that's when I showcase this. I would never just dump this in there for any reason that didn't make sense. So when engagement opportunities presented themselves, and when I talk about engagement, I'm talking about like promotions so that my listeners and so that the company that I'm representing can offer their discounts to the listeners or other promotions to them. I paid attention to when they were and when they made sense for the show. And if these few things didn't take place, I didn't I didn't do it. So with the affiliate marketing, this is the good point. It shows you as a podcaster how far you can go in the preliminary stages. It lets you know if the affiliate marketing or that type of stuff may not be the way for you to go. Maybe you should look at a Patreon to offer more content that's derivative to what you're doing. And the reason I like it is because if something falls through and you don't like it, it's a quick, easy delete, and you don't have to put too much into it. But the other thing that this does is it helps build your intimacy level with your audience, because you're telling them something that you trust in, something that you believe in. So affiliate marketing, you can make long-term earnings with it after your initial promotion ends, and you can go further and further with it. So it's one of those things that I'm like, hey, definitely jump into, definitely keep up in the very beginning, because then it gives you a reference and a point that you can take to a sponsor. And that is like the key thing that you want to do, because people want to go on to that next level of sponsorship. And I will do a quick little episode on that one also. So either way, this is JR from West Virginia and Commonplace. And this was just a quick bit about affiliate marketing, just a small thing. Google and research it and see where it fits for you in the beginning of your podcast, or if you haven't monetized your podcast. I think it's one of the key elements that you can use to start, monetizing your podcast. I actually think it's the best way, because you're identifying your target audience inside of this. And the reasoning and how and that you're doing this is because if your target audience is truly listening, there's data that's going to prove that these people go beyond just your show. They're going to go to the show notes. They want to go further. They want to have further engagement with you beyond just the show. So that's just a little quick thing there. Any questions, you can always email us at wvuncommonplace@gmail.com, and feel free to ask anything. Once again, I'm JR, and I am out.
Please follow WV Uncommonplace on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at onecommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website, and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening, and tune into the next episode.